All right, y'all, you can't make this crap up. So in case you hadn't heard, the loony left is at it again with the woke nonsense, as if they ever stopped. But this is some next level kind of wonky. Instead of, actually educating kids based on the only truth and factual information, nope, they insist on dumbing down this generation with lies and leading them further into evil. The Scripps National Spelling Bee is now openly going along with the wrong spelling of the word women. In their twisted little minds, that's deemed as sexist because the word men is in there. Well, spoiler alert, there wouldn't have ever been women if God didn't form Eve out of Adam's rib at the beginning of creation. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't know that unchanging fact about humanity or just refuse to accept it. Remember, these are the same folks who can't even define what a woman is, so we probably shouldn't expect them to spell it correctly. It's just ridiculous that these conversations and out-of-touch scenarios are even happening. Sometimes I wonder if I'm still on the right side of the grass, but all we can do is keep exposing the wickedness and praying for sanity to show up in society again before Christ returns. Amen. And that's A-M-E-N. Emphasis on the men. Let's get it poppin'.
When I started my career, if you told me, 30 years ago that these would be the topics that you would go through what you had to go through, I don't think I would have believed it. Or feminine hygiene products in boys' bathrooms, or taxpayer-funded sex change operations on top of it. Let's start with the spelling of the word women. Reaction.
Yeah, well, the Math Olympiad Committee is also accepting 5 as an answer to the question of what is 2 plus 2, as to not offend those numbers that identify as odd. I mean, to your point, Sean, you're exactly right. How lucky are we to live in the United States of America, where the spelling of women, never mind the definition, has become a national debate. These are fabricated issues created by people who believe they're marginalized or oppressed, who I believe, quite frankly, want to be oppressed, when in reality, we live in the greatest nation in the entire world. So totally manufactured outrage. I don't know if you've ever been a part of a spelling bee, but I was in elementary school. Of course, you stand up there.
I can't spell to this day. Riley, if there wasn't something called spell check on this iPhone of mine, trust me, I probably couldn't spell women the new way or the old way.
Well, with the way the Department of Education is going now, that's probably you and majority of people. But really, I mean, think about it. You stand up there, the judges read off the word, and then you can ask them to either use the word in a sentence, or you can ask them for the definition of the word. Imagine, Sean, a kid getting the word woman and asking for the definition. It would be this beautiful full circle moment, because those with little to no common sense have not been able to answer that question for years now. Ketanji Brown Jackson, she's a judge. Yeah. Actually, she's surpassed that, given she's a member of the highest court, so she's a justice. Nonetheless, she's qualified to be a judge of the spelling bee. What kind of answer do you think she would give, Sean, to the question, what is a woman?
I have no earthly idea, but I know you're going to tell me.
Well, I mean, she isn't a biologist, so who are we to say? But again, what we've seen in regards to the indoctrination, the grooming of children, it comes after, of course, this story, but it comes after a bombshell report just this week from, I believe it was from Parents Defending Education, that highlighted how President Biden's Department of Education has shelled out over $1 billion on various DEI initiatives since 2021. That's almost $500 million on DEI hiring efforts in schools. That's, I think, over $350 million on DEI programming. It was $170 million on DEI-related mental health, which is one of many of the reasons why the Department of Education should be abolished and authority should be returned to local community, to the states, and to the parents.
In other words, please homeschool your kids whenever possible. I know it's not always feasible, but it's 1,000% worth it, because inside of these indoctrination centers that they call public education, you run a really high risk of your kid winding up an idiot or completely unrecognizable as the little boy or little girl you once knew. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, ring that notification bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video. If you like what I'm doing over here and you want to show a little extra love and support, make sure you go check out our website down below in the description section. That way you can get all the awesome shirts and hoodies you see me wearing in every single video, as well as some pretty sweet tumblers and cups. They're all made by my smoking hot wife with tons of different designs to choose from. I like my clothes baggy in the winter, so you got a little extra room to move and groove. That's just what feels gooder than chicken to me, but we got all different sizes ranging selection from itty bitty extra small to big and hefty 5X, a bunch of colors. I guarantee we got something that you'll like, or at least a great gift for someone that you love. Outside of that, you can always show support by buying me a coffee, joining the Patreon community. You can become a member of the Gibson family here on YouTube by tapping that join button. All those links are always down below in the description section. By no means do you have to do any of that. Just showing up and watching my freckle face on your screens for a few minutes, I am greatly appreciative. I love y'all, and I cannot thank you enough for rocking with me throughout the years. I think I posted my first video on this channel 7-8 years ago, and you have literally changed my life, my family's life, for the better. I just can't put into context how grateful I am for y'all. And I know we get into some tangents and some long rants sometimes, and I get fired up. That's how I like it, and that's how y'all seem to like it as well. But just thank you from the bottom of my heart. But until next time, I'll be praying for you. Godspeed. I'm gone.